Make sure I missed it. And we are live here at Huntington High School. Me and Tony are trying to figure out what are we doing here, Tony. MVD had to take the night off, which we understand. We are mad at him. We just understand that we are terrible at this, but Unioto with the ball there and driving down the field. We want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors, Adina Regional Medical Center and Giovanni's Pizza for supplying free pizza for the township tonight. Tony, how are you feeling?
I'm telling you what, these are some of the nicest people I've ever met on the planet.
For sure.
And I am having a blast already.
All righty, so Unioto takes a snap. That's number 10 that actually took the snap for Unioto. So David Long took the snap there, Tony. Unioto driving down as they got the first quarter kickoff here. So they're driving to try and take a touchdown for their first drive of the year, or for their
first drive of the game. And what we see is David Long out there. Honestly speaking, he's a young man, but he's coming up and he's made might a wave here in the last couple weeks, whether it be on the defensive side of the ball, leading the team in tackles through 3 weeks, or even at the quarterback when Newt's down and he's having a couple plays. So last week he had over 10 rushing attempts as well, so he's going to be all over tonight, and I'm interested to see how they get him started.
And, Tony, this Huntington team has been looking forward to this game not all week, not all year, but since the offseason. So I'm excited to see how this defense comes out and really responds to the challenge.
I know they were fired up. To be honest, the vibe tonight.
I can tell you one thing they're fired about a Bearcat wearing Huntsman gear, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Clay has been getting it tonight.
I have.
He's out here in the full get-up. We've got a deep shot coming in.
David Long contended for Blake Coops there.
But Clay is out here. If we can raise the last bit of money we need to get to that $10,000 mark, Clay will get a Huntington Township tattoo.
And I know you guys can't really see here we don't have the camera on us, but I am not only a Huntington jersey, Tony, Dalton Black's jersey with the pants. I have the helmet on, so we have hit that $500 goal. If we hit the $1,000 goal, I'll run onto the Paint Valley Field and go Township. And if we reach the $3,000 goal that they're away from their $10,000 goal, I will get a Huntington tattoo right here on my leg. But a big stop here, Tony, by Huntington on a 4th down to get it turned around going the other way.
I am ready to see this offense. It
looks like Braylon Leach is going to be the man to take the snap there, turn around.
There was a quick fumble. He picked it up real quick, which was nice. But not the way you want to start. But, again, you get those quick jitters out, calm down, you'll be good to go.
I will say here, Tony, getting a big stop. I will say here, Tony, on a big stop there on the 4th down, turnover on downs there, it does give momentum here to this Huntington offense and maybe turn it around and get a touchdown here on their opening drive.
I think you got to stick with the run here. Honestly speaking, even if it's a short pass and you just keep it as a pass run.
So Huntington will come out 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. DJ in the backfield. Fake handoff. Unioto gets in the backfield and is taken down by a swarm of Unioto tacklers. That is Braylon Leach. Taken down by a swarm of Unioto tacklers there.
I think what we're going to see tonight from Huntington is something they usually stick to. And, obviously with DJ, that's one thing you can never go wrong with, and I think you'll keep up with it. But they have a lot of other options. You got Lee Rucker outside. He's nothing to mess with, especially on a homecoming night. I don't care who you are. You don't want to see a team on their homecoming night. They play with a little bit more juice. They play with a little bit more moxie. I hope to see it here.
I think we're only talking to ourselves. Oh, and a huge sack here for Unioto.
The screen needs to be over here. I don't know what that means.
That's the preview. We just don't have audio.
Number 11, Noah Potter, deep to punt for the Huntsman.
Wait, click it.
Oh, I was just okay. And as you guys can tell, we are still trying to figure out the audio here. We have figured out that we have it going.
So are we good?
I think we're good, Tony.
All right.
All right, so sorry about that, folks. We thought we didn't have the audio going. We thought we had the audio going now. This is a true Ride the Wave production. We are missing you out here, MVD. But I think we got it going here now, Tony.
Here's what I'll say. I think we got the whole football game. As long as I got that, I think we're doing all right.
We understand over here that you guys can at least see the game. If you can hear this, we apologize. So Huntington goes 3 and out here. They're going to punt. Unioto will take it over close to the 50-yard line. Handoff here to Dollison. Dollison takes it up the middle. Nice run there by Dollison. You know, he's been a back that has really emerged here for Unioto, Tony. We first saw him in that Waverly game. It took minimum 3 defenders to bring him down.
Absolutely, and to be honest, they've had so many guys come and go through that backfield. I was interested to see if he would stick around after that, and he absolutely have. And it was crazy to see David Long get so many attempts last week as well, with James Reinhardt still back there as well.
All right, Unioto takes a snap here. Hand off to Newt Hoops. We know he can do it in the passing game. He tries to show that he can do it in the running game there a little bit, Tony.
It almost looked like he did a Michael Jackson move after that, trying to sit up. But again, you're coming in trying to spoil somebody's homecoming. Maybe you bring a dance move you never had before.
And that's one thing, Tony. With it being homecoming night, we know what happened here on this field last time that Huntington and Unioto played each other. Huntington's going to come with a little edge on his shoulder. Unioto takes the snap, hands it off. That's Dollison again.
I think it's going to be a pretty steady diet of him tonight, but honestly speaking, I'm surprised we haven't seen a shot yet.
You know, Tony, I was thinking the same thing, but I think Unioto thinks that they need to lean on that running game a little bit, you know what I mean? We know that New Hoops can throw. We know they have weapons on the outside. They might take a game like tonight and trying to establish that running game because they have a huge game coming up next week against Piketon. Nice little screen pass to the outside. That's Cutright. Cutright makes one guy miss. Gets to the outside, and that's going to be out of bounds. That's a big pickup there by number 13, Caden Cutright for the Shermans.
I'm glad to see that upper leg injury hasn't bothered him too much. He's back. It seems like he's quick. I don't see him missing a step right now.
Yeah, and as Tony's alluding to here, last time that we covered these Shermans, it was against that Waverly game, and he goes out with an injury. I think it was about second quarter, Tony, and that you could see a huge effect in the game plan after that. So Unioto comes out, 2 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Dulles in the backfield. Newt Hoops takes the snap, and that is complete to Caden Cutright. Makes one man miss, and he is out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Tony, Caden Cutright is back, and he is a problem.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if he keeps that on the defensive side of the ball as well, honestly. But one thing I wanted to shout out to is the center. I believe it's Xander Crary out there. Great bust off that ball.
Yes.
He was up in a millisecond.
And that
well
is
done.
one thing that you need to have as a lineman. You got to get off that ball quick. You know the snap count. The defender doesn't, so you got to get off quick. Make a hole for Newton Hoops. Newton Hoops makes 1 man, 2 man. Touchdown, Unioto! Newton Hoops with the rushing touchdown there. Again, we said we know he could do it through the air. Tonight, Tony, he is showing that he can do it on the ground.
Seems like they're going to kick it here. It looks like they might go for 2.
Hey, yeah, I think you're right here, Tony. I think
they are not here for. There
no,
we
they
go.
have set for the field goal. All right, fellas. So we were going to have the chance of catching this field goal, Tony. AKA, make sure MVD stuff doesn't get ruined. Kick is up, and it is good. Sherman's taking 7 to. Oh, and Tony with the catch. Way to go, Tony. Heck yeah. Now, Tony, how do you feel about that catch?
Oh, I caught that. Did everybody else see that?
Hey, I think you were on the camera there. Hey, shout out to Andy with the camera. Getting Tony for that catch. What a great
caught
catch,
it.
Tony.
I'll tell you what. You know, I did take kickoff returns. I don't know. 25 years ago, but that's fine. Either way, I still got it in me. You see it here, you'll see it later. We apologize for the slow start, guys. Honestly speaking, we've got a guy, his name's MVD, he takes care of our tech equipment. He does an amazing job. We don't. He's not here tonight. We failed. We let him down. But we do want to say we're sorry.
And we are trying to make it better.
We're going to do the best we can from here on out. And honestly speaking, I think Huntington is too. It's homecoming night. I really don't see a loss in the pep in the step yet. It's one touchdown. It's early on in the game. I'm not ready to hand it in yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let you know that 7-0 you just saw pop up there, that was me. I feel like a technical genius. Thank you, MVD, for the tutorial video.
So here we go.
So Unioto will kick it off here after getting the touchdown on their second drive. That kickoff is going to be by number 45. Rocky Reinhardt. Oh, I love that.
Oh, my God. I can't get a better name. 88 to take it. Quick fumble.
So we have a flag on the play. Do we have a delay of game on Huntington?
He was speaking on them getting set a little bit faster, but I
Yeah.
can't.
Tony, I just want to retouch this name. Rocky Reinhardt. As a Philly guy, how do you love that name?
I'm going to tell you, they also did a Rocky theme at Piketon.
Ooh.
Rocky Reinhardt at Unioto with Eye of the Tiger from Rocky. It seems as though Philadelphia is spreading its root through the FCC community.
And don't forget the greatest ice cream, Rocky Road.
You gosh darn right.
So, Unioto will re-kick off here after I don't know what just happened. Again, great analysts here, not knowing what's going on. That's the best I can give you guys here. I don't really know. I think it looked like a false start on Huntington. I don't think I've ever seen a false start on the return team, though, in my very, very short career of broadcasting as of this is my 5th game.
But we are willing to try anything at this point.
All righty, but back to receive, Morgan, number 88. And I think he's going to let that go into the end zone. That's going to be a touchback, Huntsman. That's a good play there for Morgan to let that go and get him into good field position to start, Tony.
Honestly speaking, coming out to this field, you see some thick grass. It's definitely different than anything this Unioto team has played on.
Tony, listen, I'm a big believer. Keep the grass. Does turf look amazing? Absolutely. But there's nothing better than coming out on a nice patch of grass 11v11 and just play some good smash mouth football. And that's what the SVC is all about.
You really don't worry about where you're planting your feet. You're just worried about getting them stuck, and that's what I like about grass football.
And as a guy that got blown up a lot in football, it feels a lot nicer falling on grass than turf. So Huntington comes out in the pistol formation. Handoff here to DJ Crocker. DJ Crocker is met by a host of Shermans there.
I'd like to see him get on the outside.
Yeah.
Some of those bigger screen passes that he's had this year, that's where they found success. I'd like to see him get it going. I mean, honestly speaking, I know it's early. Send it.
I 100% believe in what you just said, Tony. You know, DJ, he's not just a football player, but he's a multi-sport athlete. I feel like you want to use that athleticism, give him space, make him have a chance to make some people miss here. With that being said, we want to give a huge shout-out to the coaching staff here that Clay Beeler has put together for Huntington. He's really, really started to put together a program here, a culture, and bringing these kids up to where they need to be and establishing more than just football here. He's making a great young man.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, top to bottom, the coaching staff has been fantastic. We see Isaac Taylor with a nice end around there. Didn't get too much with it, but, again, I like to see the quick movement.
And I got to talk to somebody that is a Huntington native here, Tony, the other day while we were doing the Game Day show, and he said that Clay actually he went to college. He's actually the nephew of Urban Meyer, who went to Ohio State for a little bit, I think as a walk-on, maybe a practice squad player, and really just kind of stopped loving football, got out of the game for a little bit, and then a few years ago he goes to a junior high practice. And he gets to have the privilege of being around those kids and seeing what he can do outside of a football player as a coach, giving back, as we have a knockdown pass there by number 2 for Unioto, KB Perkins, who's just been killing it this year on defense. But he got to finally come around and be around the kids as a coach, seeing what he can give back to the community. And the person we talked to yesterday said that Clay just found a new love of football, knew what he needed to do to get back in the game and give back to his community. And I thought that was just a great, great thing to hear coming out of the Huntsman.
I mean, we can't parallel more. You know, I don't want to take away from this game right now, but we can't parallel more. We got back into this and wanted to do this for you guys just for the sake of football here. Gets it off. Australian style. It's blocked by 42.
So I think that block punt there. No, it looks like it was retrieved by the Shermans there. I heard Huntington calling that it was green ball, which honestly, Tony, green ball, white ball, that's still being Unioto's ball there on that block punt. So great block punt there by the Shermans to give them great field position to get a quick 2-score lead here, Tony.
It's homecoming, and I feel a pick 6.
Oh, hey.
Are we biased here at the Ride the Wade show?
No.
Absolutely
We are
not.
50-50. All righty, so new Who's here in the shotgun with Connor Dulles in the backfield with him. One wide receiver to his left, 2 out to his right. New takes the pass, or the snap. Pass out to his brother, Blake Hughes. Blake Hughes makes one-man miss, and that is a one-play touchdown! Sherman! Hoops to hoops for the touchdown there, and they're going to go up a quick 13-0 onto the Huntsman here, Tony.
Not a problem. It doesn't mean they can't come back quick, to be honest. They just have to come back and keep their composure. You got to get a quick score here, and to be honest, when it's homecoming, I'll never stop believing.
Tony, like I've probably said in multiple broadcasts before, I was part of a team that was down 28-0 going into a halftime, and I win 35-28. So there's nothing that's impossible here, especially in SVC play. Oh, I think they actually got called back, Tony, for a penalty. So it is going to be 1st and 15 here for the Shermans. Wipe that touchdown down away, and I don't think the Unioto coaches are happy about that call, Tony.
Honestly speaking, it happened, and let's see what happens from here. I mean, this is a big turnaround.
He takes a snap, rolls out to the right. Oh, and
he gets there quick enough.
Again, Morgan, and I'm going to try and say his last name, Brennizer? Is that how you would say that?
Oh, Bernizer, I think.
Bernizer, okay. Bernizer with a huge sack there. And we got a flag on the play.
It was a little high. I didn't know if they'd call anything, but I thought it looked pretty clean at the time.
Holding.
Face? Was that a face mask?
All right, I think.
Sir, we do not know American Sign Language. I don't know what he's trying to tell us right now, but I am unfamiliar with the call.
I think he called a face mask on the offense, waved it off, said, I don't know. Face mask on the defense, and we're going to replay this down here. So it is going to be first and 15. Nope, looks like they're moving up first. So it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Shermans. So after 2 plays, a touchdown, a sack, neither one of them count, and we are right back to 1st and 10 here, Tony. New Who's in the shotgun, takes a snap, rolls out to his right, looks back to his left, throws it to number 2, KB Perkins, and KB Perkins is going to roll in for Sherman. Touchdown!
It's a well-executed play. To be honest with you, that's what they do when they need yards. When they're in the red zone, they turn, they throw a nice 2-yard route. The offensive line is great. They get out in front of them. Honestly speaking, it's almost, just like we talked with Braylon Phillips, a cheat code. And you love to see it. The one thing I will say, for that entire play, Huntington was still fighting. Number 11, Braylon Leach, laid the wood on the back end of that. And that's what you do at homecoming. Again, you have yourself a game, and then you go home, you carb up, and then you break it out on the dance floor, bud.
And I'm talking moonwalk, baby. Ooh-wee.
Now, I'll tell you this. I can actually do it.
I think that one got called back again, Tony. We have been getting tricked by the refs. Here it is now. 1st and 15. Blake takes the handoff. Hands up to Connor Dollison. Ladies and gentlemen,
we are the worst announcers
of all time. I don't know what they just called. I didn't see a ref call anything there. So we are apologizing on that. It is going to be 2nd and very long here for the Shermans.
Whatever happened, it is what it is. All I know is momentum. Whether we know it or not, I think these green jerseys are feeling it. And I don't know if it had to do with Braylon Leach's light up down there because it was tight.
It was.
But it seems like we've got some moxie
here.
here. Let's see what's going on.
Plays like this, I feel like favors the defense, Tony. So watch out, see if we can see a big play here. Hoops takes a shotgun snap, rolls out to his right, looks for.
You called it. Oh.
So he had 2 wide receivers there in the area.
Gabe Beersley played a good ball on that. I thought he had a chance at a pick.
Now,
he made sure to stick with his receiver, which was the right call, and I respect the hell out of that D.
Tony, I had the pleasure of coaching Gabe in 7th grade basketball. That kid is the energizer bunny. He does not run out of energy at all whatsoever. Great cross-country star, great track star. I used to threaten my team with, we'll run until Gabe gets tired, and it looked like the Grim Reaper came through.
I'm going to tell you right now, that was a play and a half.
And it's great to see a kid like that. He's from Chillicothe, moves out here to Huntington, gets on the football team, finds a new love for football. Just another thing that Clay Beeler's doing good out here at Huntington. And that's going to be a screen pass to Dollison. He's going to make one man miss, a second, and he's going to be brought down by a host of Huntington tacklers. That's going to be a huge stop here, Tony, for Huntington.
Absolutely massive. I mean, honestly speaking, that's exactly what they need tonight, especially have such a harsh turnover, man. That black punt would have been a killer to put up the 14. We've still got a couple more plays to go. Obviously, we know Matt, no way he's kicking a field goal here. He wants to put the pedal to the metal.
Oh, no, he actually does bring the field goal unit out, Tony. Something that we haven't seen from Hoops this year, kind of being a little conservative, going for the quick, nice, easy field goal. Snap good, hold good, kick is. Oh, good, and it hits the gator here for the Huntsman.
I have a couple issues. One, can we be any worse at this job? B, I can't believe he kicked that field goal. I thought he would really put the pedal to the metal, but honestly speaking, I think he wanted to get off of this side of the field and just start getting it open and getting his boys going. You don't get a ton of momentum after the block field goal and 3 straight penalties. A bunch of touchdowns taken off the board. Had us fooled more than once.
Yes.
He might have been messing with us. I don't know.
Now,
but
Tony saying that he had us fooled is not saying a whole lot there because we're fooled before the game even starts.
Yeah, we did great.
But Huntington coming up with a huge stand there, like you said, Tony, going up, making the lead 10-0 there for the Shermans. Looking to have a big kick return here and get a little juice flowing for that offense, Tony.
Yeah. Are we already calling it wrong?
Oh, okay. All righty, so we have some breaking news here from the great.
All right, let me break it down to you. We are failing again. Number 11 is Noah Potter.
Breaking news from former SVC MVP Player of the Year from the Bearcats, Craig Kearns. Craig Kearns, everybody, letting us know that number 11 is actually Noah Potter. Had to have a wardrobe malfunction going on there. But again, the great, world, legendary Craig Kearns lets us know there. Shout out to Craig. Shout out to Dave Shoemaker. Every show. So Unioto kicking away here, going up 10-0 on the Huntsman. Huntsman looking for a big return here to maybe try and get some juices flowing for this offense, Tony.
Honestly, that was a big, big stop. And to hold him to 3, it's already picks it back up.
Had a lot of room there. I can.
That is a late hit.
Looks like no flag thrown there. Oh.
I'm not. I really hope that's not on Huntington. I saw some funny business. You heard me last week. I don't like it.
Yep.
I'm interested to see who they call it on because there was a big reaction, and I'm telling you, if I'm on the Huntington sideline or even on the field right then and there, I'm not going to be okay with that.
And what I love here is Coach Beeler going right up to number 88 and saying, listen, I know you might not have agreed with all that, but you have to keep your composure. You can't have a penalty here. I just love how he instantly goes into coach mode. You know what I mean? A lot of coaches could belittle a player right there, tell them what they've done wrong, anything, and he instantly goes to, hey, teachable moment here for the young.
I saw some slaps on the helmet. I'm still interested. Which way did that go?
The referees have not notified us yet, so
we saw where it started. We saw where
What
it
I
ended.
will
I'm
say here,
interested to see
Tony,
what happens.
is number 88 does have a hold there on that kick return, slips on this field a little bit and goes down. This field is slippery, Tony. It used to be a mud bath, to be completely honest with you. Craig Kearns, the athletic staff here, has come, really redone these facilities. Not only this amazing football field, but the great basketball court and basketball arena they have going after the terrible floods that they had to deal with last year. But this field does get slippery, so look to that to be a factor here tonight, going into one of our first kind of earlier sunsets, cool day, you know, might get a little bit wet grass out there. You don't really know what to expect here.
One of my favorite things I talk about is a quick 3-step send. And this is what you kind of do on slow things. You don't need to plant your foot too much as the quarterback. And as the wide receiver, you can take a path to where you don't have to dig in too hard. On this type of field, I would really like an out. I'd really like just even a simple slant at a long distance at 12, 15, 20 feet and just cutting in and letting your momentum take you where you want to go rather than planting too much tonight. But that being said, that might cater Unioto.
Yeah.
Lee Rucker can definitely do it. Huntington has the people to do it, but we just have to see if they can. They haven't been able to string together necessarily the drives that we want to, or that they've want to. But not, Unioto's had some deficiencies too in that. So we'll see who can really take advantage of these conditions, to be honest.
Again, we want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors, the Dina Regional Medical Center, Giovanni's Pizza. You guys are, if you haven't got it yet, you're sleeping on it. Get the extra large pepperoni pizza with a free one-topping pizza to go with it. And him on lawn care, if you're looking for any lawn care needs, he's the guy for you. All right, so Noah Potter takes a snap. And it looks like he's going to get a gain of just a couple there, Tony.
I'd be interested to see if he keeps another couple, carries tonight. With him being, a formal skill position player, I'd really like to see him keep it if he wants to.
All righty, so shotgun again. No, takes a snap, hands it off to DJ. DJ finds a hole, lowers his head.
We're big on pad. We're
yeah.
big on pad level
Yes,
here. That was flat and perfect. DJ runs a great ball.
Again, we want to give a shout out to Giovanni sponsoring our pizza giveaway here for the Huntsman student sections. Very, very thankful for that. All right, so no Potter in the shotgun here. He's going to take the snap, look to his right, incomplete. That might actually be a fumble, Tony. It looks like it might have been thrown backwards.
One thing that you got to make sure to when you're receiving that is that you line up in a position.
Sorry about that, Tony.
You got to make sure you're in a position to where you're going to be in front of the line.
Oh, no, Tony, I think they ruled out a fumble, and that is going to be Sherman's ball. If you guys are wondering why we might not be able to see everything, we were calling this game behind the end zone, and they're on the other side of the field. So we're doing our best. We want to give a huge shout-out to Andy on the camera work. Really the only reason we can see what's going on the other field because we like being on the field. We like the atmosphere. Talk about atmosphere, Tony. This Huntington atmosphere has been amazing tonight.
It absolutely has. To be honest with you, I'm just really not. I'm not really liking that. I wish I could see it a little bit better. Obviously, the referees can see, but I hope that was
like a
behind.
forward pass to me.
It kind of did. Again, we're not in the right angle. I want to stick with the home team on this one because that's what I do. But that being said, they've probably got a better angle. It stinks. They've stopped him on the last turnover. Honestly speaking, I'd like to see if they can do it again. And you don't like to talk moral victories here at the Ride the Wave show, but I mean, geez, if they can get out of this with another just 3 points, you got to be happy with that.
If you're Unioto here, you got to be going for the gut punch, for the cutthroat touchdown here. I'm not saying it puts the game away, but it really puts a damper on Huntington.
17 is 3 scores.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's not just 2 touchdowns anymore.
So we would also like to give you guys a heads up. If you haven't watched yet, make sure you go check out our YouTube channel at Ride the Wave Show. We have our Game Day show up from when we were here on Wednesday. Gave out a $10 gift card to Macy here from Huntington. She had a great sign. Probably the best sign of the year, if I had to say it. Had to say it. We won't let you know, though. Got to go check it out on the show.
I want to say it so bad. I love it.
Gotta give him.
Oh.
All righty, so Unioto comes out of the timeout. New Hoops in the backfield, takes a shotgun, fake handoff Flag thrown.
Blake pulls a nice stutter step to dodge the flag.
Yeah, I was about to say the flag makes the tackle there.
He put a basketball move on that one. All that being said,
So we've been talking about Newt Hoops a lot, right? Newt Hoops is looks like a false start there on Union. Newt is a great football player. Nothing to take away from him for basketball, but Tony, when we get to basketball season, Blake Hoops is a name to watch out for coming up this basketball season. So it looks like false start on the Shermans. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. They'll have a 1st and 15. Looks like from about their own 20. Newt takes,
low snap.
Low snap. Newt just fall. That's a great play by the quarterback there. Don't make a bad play worse. Just fall on it. Let it die. Live to see another down there.
Seeing your play. That's what you do. Some people might try to pick it up and make something happy with it. You want the highlight. That's not true, especially in a game like tonight. You want to get in here on a homecoming night and get out with the W.
100%. All right, so it's going to be 2nd and 24 here for Unioto. Ball on there on the Huntington's 27-yard line. 10:37 to go in the second quarter. Blake in the shotgun with Dawson. He takes the snap, rolls out to his right, throw away, complete to a brother Blake Hoops. Tony, it looks like for the whole week, Blake might have been in his brother's ear saying, "Give me the ball."
I also see number 88, what seems like Morgan Brenizer out here tearing it up. I've been seeing him all over the field tonight. Honestly speaking, I'm liking what I'm seeing.
He was
out there, and even Blake, he knows when a defender comes up, they make one move and one push. Sometimes you can stay standing. There was 3 on that, and that's why he went down.
100%. So it's going to be a gain of just a few there for the Shermans. It's going to be a 3rd and 15 here for Unioto. Cut right in motion, pitch to him. Looking for the outside edge. Huntington does a great job of containing there, and Cutright just finds nowhere to go. That's going to be another big stop here for the Huntsman, Tony.
Times 2. We're not here on moral victories, but what a couple of stops here. You know, we've got a little bit more to go, but you've got to be happy with that. You know, number 88 coming out, that open field tackle, that's big time. That's big time.
It really is. Again, not here for moral victories, but 4th and long here. It looks like Union is going to go for it. If Huntington could get a stop here, that would be huge.
Rolls out to the outside.
That's going to be complete. Touchdown, Shermans. KB Perkins with the touchdown reception from Newt Hoops.
KB Perkins out here with the touchdown.
All right, we're just making sure we didn't get fooled there, Tony. It really is a touchdown for the Sherman.
Yeah, it's been 10 times they haven't got one. That and number 2 with KB Perkins. He's playing defensive line. I'd like to know that that's correct as well. I don't want to call a wrong game or anything.
So
but,
Lucas Haynes completes that field goal, Tony. Shout out to Lucas Haynes for actually breaking the all-time goal record this week for the soccer team at Unioto. What an accomplishment by a young man.
And to be honest with you, what a humble young man.
Very humble.
Very pleased with it. I mean, you come in and he kind of talks about it. I don't think people realize around this area, you know, soccer may not be the biggest sport, but it is a massive sport worldwide and even growing nationally here in America. So although it's not big in this area, if he were to bring those accolades to other places in this country, I think people would be pretty impressed with setting records for your school in terms of scoring goals.
Tony, I think we found something that we need to get on our show here soon because breaking records is the big deal here at the Ride the Wave show.
I got him in my backpack ready to break it all time. Somebody breaking records in front of me, we're breaking real records. You'll see it here, Ride the Wave show.
Backpack.
Getting back to this game and getting a little bit serious. You cannot be upset with the way that you played so far with a couple of tough turnovers, a couple of tough plays. I mean, they started right on their own 5-yard line. You made it tough. You ran about 8 plays.
You gave it a 4th and long to give up a touchdown, Tony. Again, not here for the moral victories, but this Huntington defense is not to be slept on, I feel like.
It looked like Matt might have pulled that from the lower parts of his playbook there.
Which is saying something. If you're having Unioto, who's a very good football team, having the pull in the lower parts of that playbook to try and get a touchdown there, that's big time if you're Huntington.
Absolutely.
So, number 17 to kick it away, Liam Mathy. Sorry, I hope I said that right. To kick off here for Unioto. Kick is away. She's by Huntington.
He's got
He's
blockers.
going to find some room on the outside.
Morgan Brandheiser again. This man said it's my homecoming night. He came to play both sides of the ball. I am loving every second of it.
I think we have a flag here, Tony. I don't know what it is, but it was in the area of holding, if it was to be anything, and that's what it's going to be.
I don't care. It wasn't Morgan. That was a perfectly executed, other than the holding penalty by the blocker. He ran straight to the sideline, knew he caught it on net. Great play. It really was.
Great play as well. I thought that was a big return. I know it's a holding call to bring them back, but that's still the kind of plays that you need to get a little spark in that offense. It shows
Unioto, you got skill players.
You do.
To be honest with you, it might have come back, but they showed we can do that to you. With one little hiccup, that's what's going to happen. And that's the story of Huntington this year. They've shot themselves in the foot multiple times this year with similar plays like the block punt that we've had down here.
And talking to a few people around Huntington, Tony, just with a young team, that's just something that is going to happen. You hope as the year goes on that you kind of start to correct. Fake handoff here. Pass intercepted by Caden Cutright. And Caden Cutright is going to take it in for a touchdown for the Unioto Shermans. That is 2 pick sixes in 2 weeks for the Shermans there, Tony.
It's one of the things. You played both sides of the ball. You see Caden Cutright. That was not an easy pick. That was a wide receiver play. He poked it. Well, I apologize. It was batted up. It was then poked, and then he was able to catch it after that. When you follow a ball like that, you don't get taught that on the defensive side of the ball. You get taught that on the offense. That's a wide receiver player corner, a wide receiver playing great corner.
And again, last week, down, I think, 12-0 whenever it occurs. He has a pick six for 99 yards going the other way to turn that game around for the Shermans. This one getting a huge pick six here, and that's going to be a fake field goal. Newt rolls out. And nice defense there by Huntington to make that only a 6-score lead or a 6-point play there for the Shermans.
It keeps it at 17. You still got the double touchdown with the field goal there. You know, if you get the extra 2, it makes it a little bit more difficult for him. Okay. Thanks for updating the scoreboard. 23-0.
But, yeah, keeping it at 23 instead of making it 24. Obviously, they gave up a touchdown there, but maybe the stop 2-point conversion there gives them a little momentum coming out here on this offensive drive, Tony.
Honestly speaking, get DJ the ball. Put it in his hands. Get him on the outside. Let him make some plays. I have seen this man have multiple over 60-yard touchdowns. Give him the opportunity to do it. I don't care if you have to give him the ball 4 times in a row. Give him the rock.
And we want to take a minute again to shout out our sponsors here at Dina Regional Medical Center. If you need a checkup, make sure you stop there. It's always to make sure that you're in good health. They aren't there just for your physical health, but your mental health as well. That's something that we take very serious here at the Ride the Wave show. Also, Giovanni's, again, thank you for sponsoring our pizza giveaway here for the students. It's something that we love to do, and we're glad that Giovanni's.
All right, we're done with the thank yous. Let me describe it. Amazing pizza. If you want good pizza, just go get it.
Coffee.
I don't want this to be like one of those Lipitor commercials with 13 things. No, it's great pizza. Go get it. Okay, it's that simple. If you're stupid, don't. If you want to, go. Yes, it's Giovanni's Pizza. It's great. And boom, thunderstruck. I want to see what Huntington does with this possession. And to be honest with you, if I'm hearing Energizer Bunnies, I want him to get the ball.
All right, so Unioto makes it a short return there for Huntington.
I'd like to get some senior spirit in here, see some of these seniors kind of come in and maybe get something fired up. I just think you got to lean heavily on the guys that have been here before. Clay, you've come from down from a lead bigger than this, it can be done, especially on homecoming night. And honestly speaking, I can smell it.
What they need to do here, Tony, is they need to have small positive plays. It doesn't matter if you make a big pass play here. You just need to make a pass play, get a few yards, get some confidence into this quarterback. You're not going to get this 23-point deficit back all in one play. You got to make a few good plays, one after another, to get some confidence in this offense. That's what this offense is lacking right now. We came here and practiced the other day. They have the plays. They have the skilled players. I think the only thing this offense is lacking is that confidence, Tony.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not like the linebackers are staying up too tight with it. They know to rush the ball when it goes. Get it to the sidelines. If anything, we actually saw Waverly. Get sideline to sideline on Unioto, and they had a very difficult time. It was almost like they didn't know what to do with their linebackers. Whether to bring up or bring back, they didn't really have an answer, and they didn't have an answer all night. Honestly speaking, I'd like to see the same thing for the Huntington team here. You'd like to test those guys a little bit.
Little score update here around the league. It looks like Payne Valley on their homecoming night. Preston Faber finds Bryson Dunham for a 7-yard touchdown pass for the Payne Valley Bearcats. Go up 14-0 on the Mustangs.
That 14 points is not safe, though. I would not feel hungry with that. You being a Payne
that.
Valley fan?
I'm a Payne Valley fan.
No, you're not, you stupid idiot. You're wearing a Huntington jersey. You can't even say that tonight.
The cause. But again, huge play there for Payne Valley to be up 14-0.
Oh, it looks like we got an encroachment on that with a nice hard count. Good job by Noah.
And that's something that, I've been talking to the coaching staff. That's something that he was practicing on in practice.
Being privy to the one camera, I see that they want to run back the same play they had already had. It seemed like they like it. I wonder what we got going here.
Looks like touchdown play to me, Tony.
Sounds like it.
We got a fumble here.
We do. Unioto in the backfield immediately. No time to even think for him. He gets wrapped up, ball to the ground. Potter picks it up, does his best to try to make a couple yards back, isn't able to do it, and we'll see a punt here. Or we'll see a second 17.
I don't think we're going to punt on a second down. Now, risky move, Cotton. Again, love to see the confidence that the coach is putting in the quarterback's ear there. Again, nothing but great reviews that I've seen out of this coaching staff. I know you know one very personally, Sam Dog Millionaire out here giving out some good coaching advice, Tony.
To be honest with you, I just see the time that he puts into it. We'll get back to the play here.
Huntington takes a snap, hands it off.
Unioto has just been in the backfield immediately. It's been tough to get anything going. I say to get DJ the ball. It's been too tough at this point.
It looks like they got to get him a little bit on the outside, Tony. Give him some room.
That's what I'm thinking.
Give him a pitch, maybe a
nice halfback toss. We all know it from Madden.
3:41 to go in the second quarter of the Zane Trace Piketon game. Zane Trace actually has a 14-6 lead over the Red Streaks.
Wow.
That shouldn't be a surprise, but it kind of is. The defending champs going against what a lot of people were picking to be this season's SVC champs, giving a little bit of problems out there in Piketon.
I believe Newt drops back. Leads him perfect.
Touchdown, Sherman. That is the Caden Cutright again.
That's a backyard play. They've ran that 1,000 times.
And with chemistry like Newt and Caden Cutright have, you can run plays like that, Tony.
It's just tough getting the ball so close to their side of the field. When you see these these players come in, you got to remember of the couple of games that they're coming off of. Even last week, they come out with the W. They might not be happy with that W that they had. Westfall had the lead through halftime.
You talking about Unioto last week?
Yeah.
Okay. You said Huntington.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. I was like, what?
But
and field goal is good, and the Shermans take a 30-0 lead here. But back to what you were saying, Tony.
Unioto had a tough game against Westfall. Westfall has the lead going into halftime. They come back. They end up winning that game. They're coming off the Waverly game before that, in which was extremely tough and a very gut-wrenching loss. They come in with something to prove. They really haven't clicked as much as they'd like to. Week 1, the Vinton County win, that was they got out of there with the skin of their teeth,
yes,
barely, with 5 turnovers. Honestly speaking, they're really looking for their first game like this to click, and honestly speaking, they really haven't yet. They've got the points on the board, but I still don't think this is the team that Matt Hoops wants to see go into the latter stages of this year.
And it's something to think about, Tony. Next week they play Piketon. We were kind of worried, hey, does Unioto maybe overlook this game and kind of look into the next week? Oh, and Justin Kello coming in with some pulled pork here. Shout out Justin Kello and the Huntsman. Heck yeah, Beast and Bottle. Thank you.
Beast and Bottle's great, but Coast, the little man in his arms,
yes.
That's the real star of the show.
That's a true challenge to get the little man and the pulled pork. Shout out again to Huntington being, honestly, Tony, amazing host, but we say that every week here in the SVC, don't we?
To be honest, it's just an amazing community, and it's everywhere. And I don't care if you think that we're homers and everywhere we go, we get coasted. Everywhere we go, people are nice, and that's all we're looking for because we want to spread the niceness around this
community.
Spread
the love. ELE, everybody love everybody.
We love it.
Alrighty, so Unioto's going to have the kickoff here. But kind of like I was saying, Tony, you kind of feared that Unioto might be overlooking Huntington with Piketon on the schedule next week. Looks like they've been locked in going here. Piketon, though, maybe overlooking Zane Trace with a short deficit, as Huntington's going to bring it out here to about their 15.
I don't want to see a slow get up from Morgan there. To be honest with you, he's the guy that's catching my eye tonight. He's having himself a nice game. You can be quiet. Scoreboard is what it is, but I'm telling you right now, play with heart. Again, we've all been on teams that may not be the best in the league, but it's homecoming night. Let's get it done. In the next couple minutes or so, you'll probably have to hear a little bit more of a dose of my voice, only because I thought we could wait till halftime to eat our sandwiches, but apparently we're not going to wait anymore.
Tony, this pulled pork is amazing.
Noah drops back. Oh, way to make a man miss. Doesn't see a man open, but I'll tell you what, I saw 4 Unioto defenders think they had him, and he didn't.
I'll tell you what I had, Tony. Probably the best bite of a pork sandwich I've ever had. I wanted to wait till halftime. I looked at the sandwich. I said, I need to taste that now. And oh my goodness, was it delicious. Sorry, folks. Back to the game here. No butter, faking to the right.
I love this. He is a special... He's a utility player. He's done different positions before. That's what I want to see. To be honest with you, I don't care if they've ever practiced it. I want to see an option with DJ and Noah running it to the outside. Let him make the moves.
The offensive line there, Tony, making a great hole for him to find. Explodes through there and gets one of the bigger plays for Huntington tonight. DJ in motion. Going to the outside.
I love it.
Another part makes a good comeback. Makes a stiff arm, and he gets another big play for the Huntsman.
He's not making it easy. That's the one thing.
Tony, he's looking as good as this pork sandwich that I'm about to take a bite out of, so you need to take over for a minute.
To be honest with you, I made the mistake of smelling it, so I will again apologize to all the tech equipment because I have now spit all over the microwave because I'm salivating like a scolded dog. Noah drops back. Oh, looks like he wanted to go deep. He keeps it for himself. Still goes deep. We see some airtime. We've got a close shot. He's looking for Matt Jordan there. Isn't able to connect on it. It was close. I hope he keeps looking. Honestly speaking, let's go. You got a 30-point lead. I'm ready for them to send the whole house. It's homecoming night. Let's get them going.
Oh, my God. This pork sandwich is so good, people. Go shout out to, yes, Justin Kello. Beats and Bottle has something going right. All right, Noah Potter takes a snap, rolls out to the right. Comes up the pocket, fires an absolute dart to DJ Kroger. DJ Kroger makes 2, makes 3. And he's finally brought down.
Let's go!
What a huge play for the Huntsman.
Let's go! Finally, we see what we're looking for. We see DJ get involved. Those screen passes we're looking for, boys. It's homecoming night. Let's get him going.
Again, give DJ Carter space. It's going to be a problem for those defenders.
We got a bird's eye view of that, and I'm telling you, it's Friday night. It is football weather. That was gorgeous.
All righty, Noah Potter in shotgun. Man in motion. Oh, and a fumble, and it looks like it's recovered by the Shermans, and it is. That is going to be recovered by number 14, Ethan Summer. And it looks like the Shermans come up with a big turnover again here, Tony.
It stinks. Way to suck the momentum right out of the field. Way to suck down your barbecued sandwich, you worthless bum.
It's so good.
I'll continue to be the stalwart left tackle out here. Honestly, it's really freaking tough. It's nice that you see a senior get the fumble. Ethan is a senior. Shout out to him. I'm glad he gets to add that to the stat book. But on a homecoming night, when you're driving down the field, you get the biggest play that you've had this so far. It's just such a shot to the gut.
So Unioto take it over here on their own 23, up 30-0 with 6:13 left to go in the second quarter.
Looks deep.
Hoops. Oh, New Hoops is looking deep for his brother Blake, and he finds him. And Blake's cutting it to the midfield. And what a huge pickup for the Shermans here, Tony.
If we're going to look at things, I don't like to pick it apart. The one thing you want to do is a corner. The sideline is your best friend.
Yes.
You know what he's trying to do, and that's get more yards. Don't let him get it. Honestly speaking, they're building things out here, and you get a guy like Blake. Your brother's been the quarterback. I don't care if you're an underclassman or not. You've been around this sport. You've been around this style of football.
And the good thing there, Tony, that I love to see is it looked like Newt hit his third option there. He kind of progresses through the field, sees that his brother's open, hits him, and it looks like he's going to looks incomplete pass there for Newt. But he reads through his progressions, finds the open man, and hits him. He's not just eyeing down one receiver the entire time and letting the defense know where he's throwing it. He's being able to look off those defenders and get his wide receiver open.
One thing you have to do is match your feet to your arms. So when you're running through those progressions, he did it perfectly that first play. The second play, he saw the man open and ripped through. Sometimes you got to set the feet before the throw. That's the difference between two perfect plays when you've got a seasoned great quarterback like Newt.
All right, so Newt takes a shotgun snap here. Looks to his left, complete pass to number 20 for Unioto, and he is going to go for a touchdown. Sherman's, that is number 20, Cody Braden. I knew I should have picked him up on the free agent wire this week, Tony.
Again, a guy that had a big week one, was on my fantasy team for a while. If it wasn't for me being not necessarily the best quarterback I would still have him on my team. But that being said, we live and we learn, and I'm ready to make a run. That was, honestly speaking, we're just seeing a couple of great plays getting strung together again. When you see Blake, you just know that these guys have done it so many times. You know, it's not that it's unfair or anything. It's just not their fault. They're brothers, but you know.
Backyard football their entire life. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a huge shout out to Tony here. I'm being so selfish, absolutely stuffing my face with this amazing pork sandwich. So, Tony, thank you for picking up the empty hand that I have dealt you.
You know I love talking. You know I'll keep it going. For the viewers out there, I apologize.
So that's going to be a huge touchdown there again for the Shermans. Guys going to bump their lead up to 37-0 against Huntington here. Tony, it looks like Unioto, with their offensive struggles the past couple weeks, have finally found a rhythm here tonight.
They have, but again, they've been set up quite a bit as well. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's been off of turnovers where you get a little extra momentum than you do off a punt return and different things like that. So it's been one of those things. I still don't necessarily know that at this time before halftime that they say we're firing all cylinders yet. And it all speaks to what I think they can do if they are.
Exactly.
Because it would be a scary, scary team. Especially because that loss coming to Waverly, it comes early on in the year. It's just like college football. When you say you want a loss, you want it to happen early so that you can
recover from it.
Exactly.
A loss at the end of the year is basically a nail in the casket.
It is. It just tells you that you might not even be up to where every team is to par.
Ladies and gentlemen, I had to get a picture because we honestly are having one of the best views for a football game I've ever seen. And honestly, it looks like Honey's going to have the best return of the game. Oh, my goodness. What a return here for the Huntsman.
Morgan again.
What can this kid not do for the Huntsman?
I'm telling you, it's a one-man show out here, and I'm fine with it. I am here for it. Noah's been out here making some big plays, but Morgan Brentneiser has been playing tonight. I love every second of it. Put the ball in his hands on offense. I don't care what it takes. Get this man the ball.
He has been a huge X factor here for the Huntsman tonight here, Tony. So that's going to be returned to the Sherman's 33-yard line, putting the Huntsman in the best field position that they started with all night here. Noah Potter in the gun. Sends the man in motion. Takes the snap, rolls to his right, hands it off to DJ Crocker, who's met by a host of Sherman tacklers.
I really want to get him some space. His feet are moving quick tonight. I like the hold that he even took. There wasn't much there, but honestly, I'd like to see him get outside a little bit. If they can have a play the size that they had in the last drive, it would be a touchdown on this one.
So a gain of 1 second and 9 here for the Huntsman. I would really like to see them go back to the passing game. I know they had an interception there and an incomplete pass on the last drive. I don't think you can abandon that passing game here, especially being down with a deficit that they're down.
It gets...
Fake hand up to Noah Potter. Noah Potter with a nice gain there for the Huntsman.
I really like that style of play. Like, if he wants to keep a couple more tonight, especially on first or second down, just to make those more third manageable, fourth and manageable, because obviously we're in four-down territory for the rest of the game.
Yes.
But that being said, I think you might want to open that back up a bit.
And you want to keep the ball in your star player's hands, you know what I mean?
He can run.
He can, and he can find holes that maybe the linemen don't even know they've created yet.
No offense to him, speak to him yourself, but he looks comfortable running, probably more comfortable than he does throwing.
Kind of weird to say, but he's looked calm in the pocket for being almost under duress every single play. All right, since DJ in motion, and it looks like they're going to have a nice little screen pass out to him.
Way to make a man miss.
Makes one man miss, but then he's met by a host of Unioto tacklers.
That was a disciplined defense swarming to the ball. Honestly speaking, I'd run that another 5 times. You know, if it wasn't for a good and we'll say disciplined defense, that's a big play. I like what they're doing here. I like this drive much more than what I like the moxie that they have going here.
I can't get over this sunset, Tony. It looks absolutely beautiful under this tree line here at the Huntsman Field.
We want to thank everybody for watching tonight. The reason why is because if we never get to do this again, we are blessed enough to have got to do it ever.
This might be the first time that anybody's ever listened to us, so sorry about it. This is about the best it gets, ladies and gentlemen.
What a beautiful night, and thank you guys for tuning in.
So we have about 3:52 to go here in the second quarter. It is 4th and 5 here for the Huntsman, and it looks like it's going to be a timeout here. Ball on the 28-yard line. Tony, what's some of your takeaways here from this game?
Again, I just really hope that we didn't stick to this. Oh.
And he got us on camera.
Top.
We're on camera.
Top. Wow, I actually got a little bit.
Black.
I was like,
Dalton Black. Again, if you haven't yet, make sure you go donate to Dalton Black's GoFundMe. All the proceeds of that and the 50-50.
Put your knee on the camera.
Yep.
Right here.
Tattoo right here. Tattoo coming right here. If you guys hit the $3,000 goal that we have set to make sure they hit their $10,000 goal, all proceeds, again, go to the Dalton Black family for their medical bills. All the proceeds of the 50-50 here at Huntington going to the medical bills of Dalton Black. He is an alumni here of Huntington, going to play football at Capitol, but obviously with his condition had to take a year off. But kicking butt at that like he does everything else in life. So Huntington's going to be in the gun here. Looks like Noah Potter is going to send the man in motion, take the snap, handoff to fake handoff here, and he's going to take it. And that looks like it's going to be Looks like he's. Oh no, Tony! And it looks like Noah Potter's injured here on the play. That is not good for the Huntsman.
He was already a little bit gimpy coming up in the other run that he had over here. I hope to not see it get any worse, but it's definitely looking like it's bothering him. So after this, would you necessarily go to a maybe just a straight Wildcat with DJ for the rest of the game, like Northwestern did against Ohio State that one time? It's like at this point, you don't want to ruin the rest of the season, but we'll see what he's got.
Especially with DJ, and it looks like Unioto's going to hand it off to number 30 here. James Reinhardt.
Number 88 again. He is everywhere, Morgan.
You'll
Sir,
hear that number a lot tonight.
Mr. Morgan, if I am saying your name wrong, I apologize. But honestly speaking, I can't stop speaking about you. If I just call you Morgan, if that's all right, I'll call you Dexter Morgan from that show. I'll call you whatever you want. But I'm telling you right now, you've been everywhere tonight, and you've been having yourself a hell of a homecoming game.
Now, back to what you're saying, Tony, about if Noah Potter can't go, DJ is a catcher for the Huntsman's baseball team.
There's that slide.
He definitely has an arm talent. Uh-oh. He definitely has the arm talent to play the quarterback position. If Noah Potter's hurt, that would have to be my go-to is DJ being back there.
Now, that being said, one thing that I'm slowly realizing is the reason why Caden Cutright is having such a good night is when you run jet sweeps and run the routes that he does, you don't cut. When you see James Reinhardt and these guys coming in trying to make that cut up right through that, he had a beautiful play going. And honestly, if he could have got that foot stuck in the ground, good way to conquer it here. Great open field tackle.
Wow, way to lower the shoulder and deliver the hit as the offensive player. Again, that's number 30, James Reinhardt, on a great catch and run there for the Shermans to give them the first down with 2:24 to go in the first half.
I'm interested to see how they keep getting him involved. You know, he was big week 1 and week 2. With a play like that, I'm surprised I don't see more of it.
And here we go again. Reinhardt
Blockers
finding
out
a hole, making a man miss. What I love to see out of Reinhardt here, Tony, is what I love to see out of any running back. They aren't letting the contact come to them. They are seeking the contact and delivering it themselves.
Braylon Leach, another one that's been everywhere. I'm telling you right now, we saw one man miss a tackle there. I was like, man, who's that just ran right into my eyesight? That was Braylon Leach. Way to make a tackle, bud.
Again, these Huntsmen have athletes, Tony.
Yeah, they really do.
Alrighty,
they've been shooting themselves in the foot all season.
And New Hoops is going to take the run here. He's going to be met by a swarm of Huntsman tacklers.
It was interesting on the right side of the line what happened there. I'm not quite sure.
Alrighty, so that is going to put it at 2nd and 15 for Unioto. 1:46 to go here in the first half. The Shermans have a 37-0 lead. Driving to end the half. You'd love to get a touchdown here, Tony, if you're Matt Hoops, to give you some good momentum. Good. Oh, yeah. How's that?
How's that
pork sandwich, Tony?
I couldn't wait any longer.
It is the best pork sandwich you'll ever have. It's going to be a timeout, Unioto here. So during this timeout, we're going to have an interview with the one and the only Tony Belmonte. Tony, how are you feeling on this pork sandwich here, pal?
I'm not going to lie to you. Have you ever put like a piece of butter in your mouth? That's what just happened. Is there even meat on that? That was delicious. It melted in my mouth.
Yeah.
That was damn near perfect.
There's a reason that mine is over halfway gone in this halftime. It is absolutely delicious.
Fantastic. It literally melted in my... I was waiting for the gristly part or something like that. When you get an aluminum foil pulled pork sandwich, you know it's 50-50.
Yeah.
It's either going to be the most fire thing you've ever had in your life, or it's going to be some crusted up, ketchup bottle of barbecue you want to be mofo. This is not that.
This
is Gordon Ramsay fire.
Again, shout out Beeson Bono, shout out to Justin Keller for the...
Golly.
My goodness.
I will say, I've already eaten there. I just didn't eat the pulled pork. I went there. I had a blast. I was on a little bit more of a liquid diet, but that's just the way that it was. Their food was spectacular. Had a fantastic burger. The server was fantastic. I apologize for not remembering your name. Back to the game.
Back to the game and back to that amazing pulled pork sandwich. All right, so it looks like Unioto is going to fake the handoff here. New Hoops is going to make a pass. What a play by the Huntsman, number 12.
Frankie Hurst.
Okay, Frankie. Nice
Getting
pass
up.
defense there, Tony.
That was a bare minimum 32-inch vertical.
Speaking of 32-inch, I just got a 72-inch TV. Oh, my God, is that thing huge.
It's life-changing.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll tell you what else is life-changing. And it's when you have people support you. This community in Huntington has been amazing. Unioto's been amazing.
Yes.
Piketon, amazing.
Paint
Paint Valley, amazing. Huntington, better than Paint Valley because he's wearing the Huntington jersey. So it has to be, I guess, because he's clearly supporting them more than Paint Valley. But you just know everybody's been so supportive. And I can't say how much it warms our hearts. You know,
It really does.
I don't care if the score is 37-0. Tune in because I'm telling you, these Huntington players, they have been some of the coolest kids that I've met since we started this.
And Wednesday, they had a huge crowd out here, Tony, for that game they showed.
The fans, they showed out.
They showed out.
Say what you want about the scoreboard, but I have not seen a single head leave.
No.
Okay.
They've been on the edge of the seats this entire game. New Hoops with a deep pass. Touchdown Shermans with 1:08 to go. Blake Hoops gets his first touchdown of the game. Hoops, there it is from Hoops to Hoops Connection. Tony, walk me through that play.
Honestly, again, you look at it, it really seems like the defender was kind of there, but he didn't really cut back on the ball. He lost his position pretty much the play as soon as the play started.
Yeah.
Blake had that inside. He was just pushing hard towards it. All Newt had to do was throw the inside seam, which is easy money for a senior.
So that's going to be a touchdown. Sherman's number 25 again.
You got to play those sidelines as a corner. I know a lot of people don't care about the cornerback position, but right there is a perfect example. Is why the corners, the sidelines are your best friends when you're a corner.
Flag on the play. Offsides on Huntington. Newt is pretty adamant telling his dad, let's go for two here.
Ride the Wave is not necessarily good at math, so I don't know why 39 helps you any more than 38 when it's
Tony, I haven't had the touchdown, so it'd be 43 to 44 or 43 to 45.
Shoot, it is. Yeah, but either way, I don't know if 45, 4, 3, 8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9.
8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9. And that field goal is good again by Lucas Hayes, having one hell of a week. Again, breaking the all-time goal record in a career this week at Unioto for soccer, Tony.
Dude, I don't care if it was the first season of soccer and I was holding it because it was the first year. That's awesome. Don't sell this man short. And then, hey, why not come in and chip a couple extra points? Actually, a nice field goal here at the beginning, in the middle of the first quarter. It's just great to see the double sports. It's great to see guys out here. And honestly, there's a lot of soccer players out there, especially the good ones, that say, I'm not wasting my time with other stuff. I'm the leading goal scorer for this team. Why do I have to come kick field goals for the football team? It's really awesome to see him just want the camaraderie and come through two different sports.
It's kind of like what Coach Combs talked about on the show. If you didn't watch it, make sure you're going to watch it again on the Ride the Wave show. But it's kind of like what he talked about, where a lot of these schools like Unioto, a Zane Trace, a Westwell, they have a soccer program, so it's a little bit easier for them to find a kicker compared to maybe a Huntington, a Paint Valley. I want to say Dina, but I'm honestly not 100% sure if they have a soccer team or not anymore. Mm-hmm. But the teams without a soccer team, it's a little bit harder to find a field goal kicker there. A little bit less faith, as you would say, to put in the kicker, rather than if you're Unioto and your kicker just broke the most goals record in a career.
I'll tell you this, I have a 2-year-old and he's coming because I don't care if he's a quarterback, cornerback, or what. He's been kicking field goals since the tender age of 2. You ain't getting injured on a field goal, bud.
All right, so Unioto kicks it off here. It's going to be retrieved by Huntington and just a few yards gained on the play. And it looks like there's going to be a flag here on...
It looked like that was a little bit much on the tackle. I'm not quite sure what else it would have been, but
looks like it was away from the play here, Tony. I don't know though if they called it on Huntington. Looks like he's going to call it on both Huntington and Unioto here. Yeah, double personal foul here. So those are going to offset each other. That's basically just telling the referees, the players, stop.
No. I don't want to. I like the energy. Keep it going, boys. To be honest, didn't look too dirty to me. Nothing going on like we saw last week. Saw a little funny business over there, but I'm okay with what we've got so far. Honestly, these Huntington kids, I've seen no difference from the first play till now. They're coming out. They're having fun. It's homecoming night. And again, they've got a long weekend of fun in front of them. Oh, Clay, what do you think about that? Oh, eating again. Thank you. Here we go. Oh, breaks one. Oh, man. I wish you could see DJ at this angle. Field level, Friday night lights. This dude hitting the hole hard. What a great kid. Got the pleasure to meet them all. It was a fantastic night.
That was fantastic. This sandwich is great.
If you haven't heard, Beast in the Bottle sandwiches are the best in the world. Pulled pork. Clay said it 50 times. It's great.
It's delicious.
I'll tell you right now, it is absolutely fantastic. I just haven't had the opportunity to as much as I would like to.
And that was selfish to make sure I ate that because, my God, was it good. Again, get out the Beast and Bottle. They're doing something right out there. Not a sponsor. So it's like DJ's going to hit it the outside, going to gain a few here on second down. It's going to be good enough for the first down for the Huntsman, though, with only 6 seconds to go here in the half. Do you hurry up, get the snap off, and go for the long ball here, Tony?
I don't see why not. I'm full sending everything that has to do with homecoming night. Let's go, man.
And the clock will strike 0 on this first half, so Unioto will take a 44-0 lead into the halftime. We'll give you guys a break from our terrible voices so that Tony can actually eat his pulled pork sandwich. That is amazing. Make sure you tune in here for the second half. And welcome back here to Earl Knight Field here in the township. Tony, we just heard some news come across the speaker here at Huntington that has me a little shaking in my boots.
We are $500. You heard it, $500 away from reaching the goal.
Oh, no.
Now, again, it's not about us. It's about reaching the goal. That's what we're most excited about. Dalton, we're pumped.
It's not about us. I'm the one that has to get the tattoo.
This is true. But again, it was to raise the money, and that's what we're close to.
And again, we are hoping that Dalton Black is getting all the money that he needs for, medical bills, transportation to and from the appointments, anything like that, anything to help Dalton Black. Am I a diehard Bearcat? You don't understand how much I bleed black and gold. But if I can do whatever I can to help a fellow SVC player in need, whether it be from Huntington, Piketon, Unioto, Adina, Southeastern, it doesn't matter. If I can do something to help them reach their goal for the cause that we are raising it for, I feel obligated to do that. You know what I mean, Tony? I just kind of wish might have given him some different than tattoo, but hey, we're here now, aren't we? So we come back into this third quarter with Unioto with a pretty commanding 44-0 lead here, Tony. As we check around the SVC, again, want to give a shout-out to Shane Combs at SVC Sports Zone, now Sports Talk, for the updates here at halftime. Looks like Paint Valley holds that 14-0 lead over Westfall. Zane Trace still having that 14-6 lead over Piketon. And Southeastern and Adina are tied 23-23.
It sounds like a great slate. We were promised good SVC football this year, and we're going to see it. When you talk about Southeastern Adina, you got a two-headed weapon in Southeastern. You've got Adina, who we saw last week has a ton of weapons,
that
man.
Offense is going to cause problems, as we can see here already for Southeastern, obviously 23-23. I feel like Adina might have some fine-tuning to do there on defense, but that offense is going to be there to help.
Lucas is a sophomore. There's a long, long road ahead of him.
Joey Francis really coming out of his shell there as a wide receiver out for the Warriors. So kind of excited to see where Frankfurt comes these next few years here in the SVC, Tony.
Absolutely. And honestly, as I stand back here and I'm looking at this Huntington team, I just really hope they come out here and have fun. It's like we're not going to sit here and joke around and be like, oh, let's chip away to 44 lead. That's what you want to do. You want to get some points on the board. Go out there and have fun. Whether it be basketball or football, my team played great teams, and we got our butts whooped. But some of my most favorite memories are in those moments. I remember looking at a buddy, John Tobin, and just being like, dude, I think they've given us extra fouls. I think we should be fouled out right now. And I think the refs felt so bad for how we were getting beaten, even by the second team of some of these schools, that they let us keep playing because they knew if it wasn't us, we didn't even have a chance to put a point up. And when in those games, we'll never forget it. We still talk about it every time we see each other. And I guarantee you, if Huntington has a play tonight that is like the hook and ladder from Waverly, that is like some of those big plays we saw from Buddy Wilson in Piketon, that's what they'll take away from this game. At this point, folks, we're not going to joke around and sit here and be like a 44-0 game is a close one and you better be worried about it. We're not going to do that. But what we will say is it's homecoming night, and I would really, really like to see him come out here and have some fun.
Tony, I'm $500 away from getting a tattoo. Huntington on my leg.
He is sweating. He is
oh my goodness!
He is perspiring. It is. I wish.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have raised $2,500. I think that might be good enough. Then.
Dude, I'm telling you, I touched his forehead. It was a mistake.
I feel like the Atlantic Ocean is falling off my forehead right now. Oh my goodness!
Hey, I love every second of it.
Again, for the cause, if me getting the tattoo raises the money that Dalton Black needs for that, honestly,
to be honest with you, next calls will add to it.
Yeah.
We're dedicated here, and I know it's
my whole right leg's going into it.
It's funny, but it's not a joke. It's like we sit in here and it's like we do it for a specific reason, and I don't care if one person donated because of that tattoo or no people did, and they would have made that money otherwise. If we helped, we're proud of it, and if we gave somebody a smile tonight, that's what we're hoping for too.
On my knee. Huntington tattoo.
Here's what I'll say. I know a little bit about physical therapy, okay? It takes
2 to
46 muscles to frown and only 23 to smile.
Oh,
Okay?
23
people
smile
need
over
to
here.
people need to stop working out, okay? Stop frowning, start smiling. Let's have a fun rest of this game and let's have a good rest of the night. These
It's
people are
homecoming weekend. Let's get your dance on.
Dude, I remember my time. I feel it's taking me over. My feet are moving.
Tony is going into outer space. He is combusting. He is
I don't know if it's James Brown.
James Dean.
Oh, God.
All right, so
Man.
Unioto is going to save us from talking here and kick it off to start this second half for the Huntsman. Huntsman is going to look all fake pitch and going to get it out
I like every.
to about the 30 there.
And this is what I'm talking about. Let the fun begin. Come on, guys. Let's go out here. Let's have a good time. Let's see what we got.
I think if you're Huntington here, you dive in deep to your playbook. You have a good first drive going here. Anything be necessary to get a touchdown and at least get your offense some confidence to finish out the rest of this game, Tony.
With Rocky Reinhardt coming back out, I got to give him props, man. What a name.
Oh, and there's Trevor Medley. He's actually not skipping work tonight.
Folks, we apologize for that guy.
All righty, so motion here for the Huntsman. Snap to Noah Potter. Noah Potter turns around, hands off to DJ Crocker, who shakes off one wimpy tackler and is brought down by a number 6 for Unioto, and that is going to be
Ashton Crace, number 8. I apologize.
Oh, that was number 8. All righty. So, looks like they have made sure to make DJ Crocker a part of the offense here, Tony.
You got to. He's been running hard all night. And honestly, they've really only pulled one of the screens that we kind of talked about, and it worked really well. I think it got taken back. That was the one I was really excited about. We got a little moral victory on that one. But that being said, it worked the first time. Let's see what we got now.
Pistol formation here. Man in motion for Huntington. Turn around, hand off to DJ Crocker. DJ Crocker hits it to the outside. Looks like a flag on the play there, Tony. And again, normally if there's a flag in the middle of a run, that's going to be for holding.
It's tough when he's bouncing to the outside. I just don't know where the pressure's coming from this side of the field, not being able to see it. But it just seems like he really, every time he bounces, he's just getting met at the very least at the line of scrimmage.
$500.
$500. You got a tattoo to last a lifetime.
All right, so we are back here.
He's going to talk himself through this. I'm here tonight. I'm well fed with some fantastic pulled pork. The fish sandwiches out here are phenomenal. Okay? I'm talking about the food. You go over there and sweat because I'm telling you, bud, you got a tattoo coming real soon. We'll put a 2-week limit. We'll get back to see here's the snap.
Snap to Noah Potter. Noah Potter is going to be brought down by number 57 for the Shermans.
He might get an intentional grounding for that one. I didn't see if there was a running
Iron Man. Sorry.
He might get an intentional grounding for that. I didn't see if there was a running back in the area. There it is. They'll throw it in for an intentional grounding. Honestly, he comes out. I really liked the play that they thought they had going there because it seemed like when he dropped back, he looked to throw. The guy was just covered. But I really like that 3-step quick throw, which I think you have to go to in this. But again, Unioto knows what they're going to be doing. They know what this Huntington team needs to do right now.
I'll be honest here, Tony. There's been a lot of play calls here by Coach Beeler that I thought have been pretty good. But whenever you call a good play against a good defense, sometimes it just doesn't go the way that you plan for it to go. And that's kind of what we've been seeing here tonight. Huntington, I feel like, has come out with a good game plan. They know they're a good running team, so they've tried to establish the run, try and mix in a few pass plays here and there. But Unioto, it's not been a fluke that they've been the top 5 fantasy defense on the league the entire year. They get stops, they get turnovers, and as you see here, they get sacks as they're going to sack Noah Potter by a couple of Unioto.
Another fumbled snap. It seems like the ball's been on the grass all night for Huntington. Again, it's a difficult game, but you just got to come out. You got to take it one play at a time and start chalking them up for the memory book. Oh, here we go with 66 with some moxie to get off the field. That's what we're talking about. I love every second of it.
All right, good snap, good punt. It's going to be a little short. Caden Cutright picks up, makes one man miss, makes another man, and he's going to be forced out of bounds. A little score update around the SVC for you. It looks like Bryce Wickline runs it in from 8 yards out, cutting the deficit in half for Westfall. Pay Valley leading 14-7, but it looks like the Mustangs are making a storm back here, Tony.
Man, you don't like to make weird comparisons, but when you talk about like a team like the Warriors and stuff where the leads don't mean a lot, I don't care what the record said last year. They had a lot of points. That defense also let up a lot of points. No offense to them, but it's something that they knew that they had to fix this year. If they can start keeping teams under that 21-point mark, they would be a vicious team to see. And to see them only have 7 right now, you still think they've got a couple more to go.
All righty, so Dollison's going to get the handoff here, gain of at least.
You ever feel like when I talk, I sound like a recording? I feel like sometimes I'm like an ESPN guy. So what we see here, number 42, we're coming out with this, and it's like sometimes it feels like scripture. I promise you guys, like I'm not reading anything.
I don't know how to read, Tony.
This is the truth, too.
All right.
If not, you would have put a higher number than the rest of the money they needed to get a tattoo. It's called...
I'm already sweating enough, okay? Dollison's going to get the handoff here. Looks like he is going to get the first down for the Shermans and a little more. Score update, Jackson is leading.
I want a quick shout-out to Dalton Nichols there, going straight for the ball rather than the tackle when he stood up. I like that. You have to do that. Sorry.
Especially in a situation now.
100%. You need these style of plays. Yes. But sorry.
All righty. It looks like at halftime, Vinton County is leading Joe Burrow alum Athens 14-7. So big game down there for the Vikings. I'm sure Adam has his eyes locked in on that one. Tony, how was your pulled pork at halftime?
Stop calling me out. Okay, I did my best to cover you.
All right,
he's coming back around. You don't want to run backwards in it.
Sack there.
Take it easy, Bubs.
Number 42 for the Huntsman. That is going to be
Jackson McNeil.
Jackson McNeil.
42.
Oh, wait, did you just say that, Tony? I'm sorry, I thought I just heard an echo or something. Jackson McNeil?
To be honest with you, I'll tell you right now, he needs to be saying it again. I want to see you back there again.
Oh. Back again. Guess who's back with a friend. And Huntington is back on defense with Unioto breaking the huddle. We're going to have Caden Cutright out to the left. Blake Hoops out to the right. Newt Hoops taking, oh no, low snap, recovered by Connor Dollison, and that is going to be a loss for the Shermans there. And
was that a direct snap to Connor, or?
I looked inadvertently, but yes. Mm-hmm. That's going to be a 3rd and 27 here for the Shermans. But they've converted on long third downs here tonight, Tony, so not an uncharted waters here.
I mean, we can't forget that one of the touchdowns they scored on was 4th down.
Yeah. 4th and very long. Newt gets the snap, looks to his left. Incomplete pass.
Very unusual, especially with that much time in the pocket. Absolutely unfazed, sat back there, had all the time in the world. Very unlike him.
And pass intended to number 8, Ashton Crace for the Shermans. So 4th and long here, you have a nice kicker, you have a big lead, Tony. If I'm Unioto, I trot the field goal kicker out and see if I can get some confidence into him for a game maybe later in the season. But it looks like Newt and the offense are going to come out. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1, 2 to the left. Newt takes the snap, drops back. It's going to be a screen pass to Dollison. Dollison makes one man miss, makes a second man miss, and he's going to be brought down by a host of Huntsman tacklers, and that's going to be a turnover on down for the Shermans.
When you look at quick plays like that, I don't want things to go unheard of. Just because it's a high school player here doesn't mean that when he catches that ball that he doesn't know where he plans to stop and plant. It's such a technical game that there's a lot of stuff that's going on that I think people underappreciate. You know, that's a simple play, yes, and it's just get as many yards as you can. But choosing when to cut up the field and when those blockers set as well. That's all a timing thing, and that's something that they work on in practice. So you got to give these kids credit. Although it looks like it's easy, it's because, to be honest, they run it all the time. They didn't get the first down, but a very well executed play.
All right, so Huntington comes out here in the pistol formation. No, Potter takes a snap, turns around, hands up DJ Crocker, and DJ Crocker is going to get a gain of a few here. Now we'd like to point out to everybody, with it being a 44-point lead, the clock is not going to stop on any play, so it will be a continuous clock. So we do already only have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this third quarter. Huntington driving the ball. Looks like they are 2nd and 7 on their own 32-yard line. Again, I like that they've been feeding it to their beast back here, Tony.
I'd keep it up. Again, and to be honest with you, just for fun, I feel like you might want to try to mix.
Fumble, and it is retrieved by the Shermans. So with 2:07 to go here in the third quarter, another turnover here by the Huntsmen, and that is going to be Unioto ball. Well, already probably in field goal range around the 30-yard line here for him.
Bryce Jarvis there, he really is an intangible type player for Unioto. We talked about a lot of other players when we were there facing Waverly. He's a guy that's on the stat sheet as well. He really is that guy that might not be the guy at the top of every category, but he's in every category. A really good player there. And again, he might not have caused the fumble. A way to find it, sit on it, and make it an easy ride home.
All righty, so Newt Hoops and the Unioto offense come out. They turn around and hand it off to number 30. I think that's James Reinhardt. Lucas Reinhardt is a Chillicothe player, bro. James Reinhardt with the carry here. And I like to see here with Matt. We have a injured Huntsman down on the field here. And I love that Matt Hoops has really just found another man up every single week here for this Unioto offense study.
It is. I mean, there's a ton of them, and what's kind of crazy is the defense has done the same thing. You know, 1 week you have David Long with a lot of tackles, not necessarily interceptions or anything. Last week you have a forced fumble and 2 picks from Ashton Crace. You've got multiple pick sixes from Caden Cutright. It just really seems like each week it's not just offense. You know, I'm defensive minded. That's why I talk about it probably too much. But that being said, you know, it's next man up for there, too. And Caden getting dinged up in the second half of that Waverly game might have been the difference, both on offense and defense, if that makes sense to how much of a difference he is for that team.
And again, against Westfall, he has that 99, 100-yard pick six there for Unioto that really turned the game over. So it's like you said, he is just a player that's going to be right place, right time, can really shift the momentum from the opponent's side to your side. So it's definitely good seeing him back out there.
He had a pick tonight, and it really was. We talked about it being a wide receiver play on defense. When you have a 99-yard pick six, I really don't care what happened. That's a defensive play. You read the play correctly. When they're sitting there, that's you did it right the entire time. That's a defensive play. Like we week in and week out talk about this guy, even on fantasy and different things like that. He's a great, great player. You know, Newt Hoops out here breaking records and everything like that. But damn, Kate cut right out here making a difference.
Can't break passing records without great wide receivers, Tony.
Absolutely. But again, I'm talking the defensive side. I mean, at this point, he's almost had an interception in every game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the successful wide receivers and corners in this league. You know, you see the same thing in Payne Valley.
Dawson is going to take the handoff. He's going to get a first down there for the Shermans. And I think that will take us to the end of the quarter here, Tony.
I think you just got to ride Connor the rest of the way, get through the game. No offense to James. It's just he's a big man. Takes a lot to bring him down. Maybe he can get you that first. And honestly, I saw a dude ripping on that ball against Waverly, and he didn't let it go. So I think ball security is key here, too.
Tony, I think if you're Unioto here, they have one more play. I think you go for the touchdown here, and it doesn't look like they did. Nice little pass to Connor Dawson. Looks like it's going to be incomplete, but that is going to take us to the end of the third quarter. 44-0 here for Unioto. Want to give a huge shout out again to our sponsors, Hammond Lawn Care. If you're looking for some grass cutting, or I know it's the end of the season, So you might be looking for a little fall cleanup for those leaves or maybe some snow removal here in this wintertime. Hammond Lawn Care is the guy that you need to give a call for all your needs like that. He does great work for a great price. Adina Regional Medical Center, I want to give a huge shout out to them for being a great sponsor for us. Giovanni's Pizza, again, giving a huge shout out to them and so thankful for them to sponsor our pizza giveaway. And again, want to give a shout out to this Huntington community. As much as I am now looking forward to a tattoo, it looks like we might be hitting that tattoo mark tonight, Tony.
We absolutely are. To jump back to Giovanni's, they're in every community. They're solid as a rock. There's something called consistency, okay? And that's what I like, okay? So anytime, what? Oh, you've got a young entrepreneur that needs a job? Oh, how many people started their careers at Giovanni's? A lot, okay? I respect the fact that they give young people the opportunity to work. I respect the fact that they give me pizza that is delicious to my belly. It's a great sponsor, yes, but to be honest with you, the second we found out they were coming towards us to be a sponsor, it was easy enough for me. So every time we talk about it, I will tell you right now, there's a reason why they're a staple.
Giovanni's the pizza power.
Now, don't get me off topic because we also talked about the Huntington community. And honestly, they've been great. I think there's an area over here where we've got some fryers set up. Another tough road. Where they've got some fryers set up. They've got a fish fry. They've obviously got the pulled pork over there. It's been popping all night.
Tony. Oh, my goodness.
This looks like a 9th and Passyunk type of ballpark right here. It looks absolutely popping. Nobody's left since halftime. It's homecoming night, and everybody's having fun. I was walking back to the car, and I did hear one complaint. It was so packed that some guy said he hadn't had to park this far away in 5 years. He said, I ain't been here since. He said, what's 2019? 4 years ago. He said it's been 4 years since he had to park
shows here, Tony. Everybody had to get here to see how.
I truly and honestly wish we were that cool.
I feel like I just hope people here know who we are.
We do have a new quarterback in. We got Frankie Hirsch. We saw a good play from him earlier, and we'll see what he's got tonight.
I like the move here, Tony, again with Noah Potter kind of hobbling around there in the end of the first half.
It looks like they'll still have Noah. At that, it was Noah was at the running back position with that. So
I like, though, to see, you got a young quarterback. He's going to have to be your quarterback in the future. You want to get him in games like this to at least get him the feel of a varsity football game. All righty, so it's going to be 3rd and 13 here for the Huntsmen. 10:20 to go in the game. Takes a snap, throws it out to
Lee Rucker, baby. I would have liked to see him get the ball a little bit earlier tonight, but way to take off after you get the rock.
So if you guys are following our live streams, make sure that next week you tune in. We'll be at an absolute shootout. It will be our last game for the Shermans this year as they are hosting the Piketon Red Streaks. If you are from Piketon, make sure on Wednesday you are out there at Piketon for the game day show. Honestly, we know that we normally go to the home school, but weren't able to get out to in time because of rain the last time we were out at Piketon for the game day show, so we thought we'd make up for it this week. So if you're a Piketon fan, a Piketon student, or a Piketon player, again, make sure you're out there Wednesday for the free prizes of Best Sign and multiple other giveaways as we have that game.
Hey, that's a good punt, bud!
As you guys heard from Tony, that was, and I would quote, good punt, bud!
It really was. Way to kick it right off the side of the foot, comes in, landed right where he wanted it.
Pat McAfee would be very proud.
I'm telling you, that was nice, especially the way that it bent. That people can't see from this angle. That was a good punt. I'm a kicking entrepreneur out here. I like it quite a bit. Dude, it's not that big. What? Don't cry.
I just don't. I've got to get 100.
It's a tattoo, man. I know like it's a school you don't
right?
like. It's a good cause, man.
If you're a part of the Paint Valley community and you disown me, that just means you hate cancer, okay? Actually, we all hate cancer, so that means you love cancer. So, sucks for you if you love cancer. I hate cancer. That's why we're doing this. I know we've been having a joking manner here. I know I've been saying I hate this tattoo. I'm actually kind of glad I'm getting this tattoo, only because, again, It's going to such a great cause. Again, to kind of catch everybody up, if you're just now tuning in, the amazing Dalton Black, alumni here of Huntington, honestly was part of the Huntington football team last year, had one of the best seasons they've had in a long time here as the Huntsman. He goes on up to Capital to play football. He gets diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. As he did on the football field, though, he's 100% kicking ass at the treatments and everything like that. And the family was having a GoFundMe trying to raise the $10,000 for medical bills, the expense to get to and from the hospital and everything like that. And we just wanted to make sure that we could help out and give people maybe a little extra incentive to donate. So, again, $500 away from their $10,000 goal, and if they get that, your boy here is going to have to get a Huntington tattoo as a Paint Valley alumni.
We got a couple of international viewers out there. Come on.
Come on.
I know you don't know them.
Come on, come on. And, number 19 for the Huntsman coming
Wes Hamilton out here saying this is not just a game. This is homecoming weekend. We got a whole weekend of fun in front of us, and we're about to break out the boogie shoes.
Boogie, woogie, woogie. I got 2 turntables and a microphone. But this is not the last time that you will be seeing us cover the Huntsman, because after next week, the week after that, 9/29, we will be covering Huntington at Southeastern. So make sure you're there for that good SVC matchup.
We've got a lot of dogs in that game. To be honest with you, Southeastern might have a tough battle there only because I don't want to see Huntington get their stuff together. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, it's definitely here. You can see it. Tough game tonight, but there's a lot to be happy about. And honestly, again, there's always turnover. You can't be good every year, you know.
And again, with a coach like Coach Beeler, you have to understand this program really is heading in the right direction.
And look at a team like Vinton County. You know, we're close to them, and we see what TJ's been doing out there as a coach, and he really has changed the mentality. And when that happens, wins start happening. Yes. I mean, jeez, man, if the end of that Unioto game, first game of the year, they have a front page paper.
And that pass is going to be complete. Number 34, and he's going to take it down the sidelines. That's going to be number 34, Levi Beam, and he is going to extend it over for a Unioto touchdown. What an amazing catch and run there by Levi Beam, Tony.
Honestly, he hit the sideline and he was gone. You got to take the right route, especially if you know your speed as a safety. They did the best they could on that, especially come from the other side of the field.
And again, some people might say, oh, running up the score. I do not believe that's running up the score. I feel like that's just a simple play that Unioto ran, runs to perfection. You can't tell a high school kid if you have a wide open touchdown to just not take it, in my opinion. I don't think that's unsportsmanlike or anything like that.
You also have to realize when you're running that ball, you have people coming to take your head off.
Yeah.
You can't just make choices.
If you just stop.
You've got to make correct choices as well. If they were throwing Hail Marys on people and trying to run the score up, it'd be one thing.
But that's just a nice short pass. Levi Beam makes one move, has a good block there, and they take it to the house. Unioto here for the field goal, and it goes right over our heads for a good field goal. That is going to make the score 51-0 in favor of the Shermans here.
Hold on.
And as we hear over the loudspeaker, they're getting just even closer.
Okay, the Unioto fans are now resorted. They are bringing the buckets around the stadiums. They said, we will bring it to you. This is happening whether you want it to or not. I love every second of it. Oh, not only did they say go to the fish fry and donate, they literally said, we'll bring it to you. You are getting a tattoo, Clay Archer.
Oh, no.
To be honest with you, screw your tattoo. This is camaraderie. I love this.
One thing that I love out of this, Tony, is it hasn't just been Huntington people donating. It has been Unioto people. It's been Paint Valley people.
Dude, this is this area.
This is
the
SVC
SVC
correct.
is I go around, they've tried to teach me school to school, oh, these people are like this. Oh, well, they have a little bit of moxie here. I'm seeing a common theme through all of them. It's great fans, people that are welcoming. I mean, I haven't been to a place yet. I highly doubt that we go to a school that's going to make me feel like I'm unwelcome. Exactly. And that being said, when you can do that at so many schools, it says something about the community.
And
it's fantastic.
It's kind of like the family mentality. You know, we might pick on each other here. You know, Huntington and Paint Valley, Huntington and Unioto, Paint Valley and Piketon, Paint Valley, Unioto, you know, it goes on forever and ever. But as soon as a school outside of the SVC tries to...
As you can see here on the screen, we are seeing dollar bills placed into the buckets, my friends.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm telling you right now, let's go Dalton. I love every second of it. I love every second of it.
Let's go Dalton.
Oh, I'm feeling Morgan. Here we go, Morgan.
Don't distract. And the kick is away. It's going to be to number 10. Oh, my goodness.
To be honest, that was a very well caught and smart caught ball. He went straight to his butt. If that man tried to run the ball back, it would have been all bad for him.
Yeah, Tony, because
that was
number 8 for Unioto was coming in the headbutting there.
Again, Ashton Crace.
Yes. Yes, Ashton Crace, you're correct.
I mean, we've caught enough games. I feel like I can say it without checking now, but it's like, but either way, Ashton Crace, he's out there. Dude, he's an absolute dog. When they draw it up, that's what they want to do. They want to get the kick up into the air, and they want to get you there immediately.
So we have 4:30 left to go in the game. What does that mean for you guys? That means there's 4 minutes and 30 seconds left for Huntington to raise the money to get the $10,000 for me to get a tattoo. So we need to hurry up and get this game a-rolling.
I am a partner on this show, and I will extend the time no matter what.
So you're going to have to kick your ass on defense. Huntington will take the ball over on offense, hand it off. Okay.
So it's like
600 away? Okay. All righty. So we have been officially told by Justin Kello that we are still about $500 away here from me getting a tattoo. That means that with $350 to go.
Again, that is a stat pre-crowd buckets.
Yes, we have.
Okay?
That's why I can't. Them buckets, bro.
Trevor, we don't need to hear how full those.
No, hold on. I want elite, up-to-date info. Call the rest. Call this. I'm getting it.
So Tony's getting an update here on the.
3 buckets full of money that don't have anything to do. 20s galore.
Yeah, 20.
Keep calling.
20.
Keep calling.
They hear everything you're saying
Keep
here.
calling. 20s galore. You're talking 50s, 100 bennies. You're talking bennies galore.
So there is 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go in this game. Again, we are only $500 away unofficially from beginning.
Look, I had a long conversation with our in-crowd scout. I have no idea what he said, but I did hear blue-face bennies being placed into a bucket. We're $500 away. A blue face is $100. I feel like we got a freaking chance, bud. I heard they were packed.
All right, Huntington runs it out here to the right. Again, 2:40 to go here in this game. Again, unofficially $500 away, but from what we've been hearing, there has been a lot of money raised in those stands. It's not just the GoFundMe we're keeping track of. It is the 50-50 we're keeping track of. And if we want to stop, I'm okay with that because that tattoo is a coming here for my knee. And I think I can already feel the needle piercing my kneecap here.
I love every second of it because this is the best reason to get a tattoo I've ever heard of. You know,
I will never forget the reason of getting this tattoo. That is one thing I was saying.
Well, to be honest with you, this tattoo means a lot more than that to everyone here. It's community. I hope somebody else sees it. I hope somebody else sees it and does it for another reason. I don't care if it's another person being like, I want to do exactly what Clay did, and if you can raise enough money for a good cause, I'll do the same thing. I don't care.
Here's the question: why are we calling timeouts?
Because I'm telling you what, bud, we're going to get there.
That money is a coming.
Look, I love it.
It's a coming down on my kneecap for the tattoo. Tony, I don't know if you can tell. I'm a little nervous how close I am to this tattoo.
I'm telling you.
I haven't had a tattoo in about 3 or 4 years. I've been missing it, been wanting the feeling, and now this is going to be the first one. Again.
Hey, sometimes I get the nervous jitters. I'm seeing it in you. Usually I'm the one going around. Somebody calm me down. And I'm looking at you.
I'll just say, when I'm speechless, there's a problem. So, with a minute 57 to go, Unioto 51-0 against the Huntsmen. My kneecap down 1-0 against a Huntington tattoo. I think we're getting an update
we got a
here.
phone call.
Uh-oh.
2 anonymous Huntington donators are going to get us there tonight.
And ladies and gentlemen, we, thanks to obviously some Huntington donations, are officially at the 10.
I am currently taking video of Clay Archer's knee with the freshest of real estate.
My kneecap is gone forever. It is officially going to be donated to the Huntington Huntsmen for the knee tattoo.
I'm telling you right now, again, all joking aside, there's a reason we did this, and we're pumped as F that we got there. And way to keep it clean, boys!
I'm super glad that we can raise this money for such a great cause for Dalton Black, his family. Again, here I am.
Don't stop donating! You talk like it's 10,000. I don't care. Do I have to get a tattoo too? I won't do that. But I will say, let's keep donating.
Again,
There's no freaking reason to stop.
We want to give a huge shout out to anybody.
It's not about a tattoo.
We don't want to give a shout out to anybody that's sponsored here to the Dalton Black
And
Foundation.
shout out to the future sponsors too, because we want more.
My kneecap is already feeling the needles threading for the Huntsman logo. Oh my goodness!
Now you are really just lucky that they didn't get to pick the tattoo shop.
That is true.
Because I would have been picking Knoxville, Tennessee, South Street. Okay, but either
Tony,
way.
so I think this is, since we've officially...
Jump back to the game. I do want to say, a great night, great people.
Yes.
Unioto comes in, has a very good W. They did as expected. They really did. We've had some fun with Huntington. They showed exactly what they have. They have some good athletes. Man, if they could,
great defense, causing those turnovers.
how great would it have been if we didn't start with that block punt?
Exactly.
You know what well, it wasn't the first play of the game, but it was the first possession for them coming back. I would have really just liked to see them get a little momentum in the beginning, and I think this game would have been much, much different. But
I can't hear.
Are they saying thank you to us?
So,
Or what are they saying? They made it? Are they saying they made it? Thank you, guys!
okay, so that's going to be a wrap here. 51-0 for the Shermans. Your boy, Clay Archer, a.k.a. me, officially happened to get a Huntington Huntsman tattoo on my knee. Again, thank you so much to everybody for donating to the
Everybody
Dalton Black.
keep donating, too. Honestly speaking, it doesn't stop right there. Let's go. Keep donating and getting it done.
It's for a great person, a great cause, and a great tattoo for my knee. It's going to be a fun time. Oh, the refs are having a fumble here. Flag on the play.
Everybody
Flag
shout
on
out to the
play.
refs tonight.
Yes,
I'm
shout
telling
out.
you right now, way to call a game, boys.
Again,
That's a good pack of zebras right there.
we have officially reached our $10,000 goal. Tony, I think this is the proper time to say this. We are actually going to give the Huntington art class the proper time.
Dalton and his family are allowed to trump. If
Yes.
they have something they would specifically like, they can have
We're
it.
going to give
But
it to them. We're also going to give it to the Huntington art class, see which one comes out first. Again, another thing we would like to do for the community, it would mean even more if it came from an artist from Huntington. So again, we'll have that coming out for you guys.
oh, you know what I like? Art, they get to pick the winner.
I like that. I like that already. So
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll have the Huntington art class come up with a drawing. We'll have the Black family pick the winner. Tony, 51-0 here for the Shermans. But another thing, I got to get a Dalton Black tattoo. So, or not just a Dalton Black tattoo, a Huntington Huntsman tattoo. So that's going to be one thing that we'll be sharing here for you. Looks like Andy's making his way down to the field.
Are you going over there?
Can you shut up? We're live.
But again, it's been a great game here by the Shermans, pitching the shutout. Huntington taking all their athletes, trying to get something going here. We saw the athletes. We saw the capability that Huntington has. But again, huge shout out to Huntington for the hospitality that we've had here. Huge shout out to all the fans of not only Huntington but the SVC raising the money.
Shout out to the homecoming weekend. I hope they
Yes.
have a good, safe weekend. Anybody that listens to this before tomorrow's festivities, stay safe out there.
Yes,
Honestly speaking, crazy stuff happens. We love everybody in this community, and we want everybody to stay safe.
Again, shout out to our sponsors, Giovanni's, Pizza Power, Adina Regional Medical Center, Hammond Lawn Care. Make sure you're paying attention or tuning into our show, not on Sundays anymore, but on Monday nights from 5:30 to whenever we stop talking, alrighty? And that is going to be it. Tony, any last words before we get out of here?
I had a blast tonight. Again, the scoreboard doesn't say it. We see a lot of heart out there. There's no moral victories here on the Ride the Wave show. He ain't even made it. We do got a decent twerker back here. He didn't quite make it's not high enough. You got to stand on the chair, young blood. Get better at the photo bomb.
So we'll do better at that, and as AKA he will do better at that. Again, I'll be getting that tattoo sooner than you guys think, and we'll be getting that video out for you guys to see. So long here from the Ride the Wave show, and it's been an absolute pleasure.
Derek!